but isn't that sort of thing.
Isn't there supposedly, you were mentioning about the possible rumour that Puff Daddy once paid in Deutschmarks. Is there not a rumour that Prince supposedly had some ribs removed so that he could his own
Really?
Now, that's surely nonsense.
Strum his own kind of yeah.
I mean, but the idea of going into a doctor and saying, I'd like 2 ribs removed, please. Right, are you sure about this, Prince? For what reason? I don't want to go into it, but let's just say it gives me a certain, something to do in the evenings other than playing my guitar.
Yeah. He'd probably say that, look, there's something, when you're a musician, there's an instrument called, it's just do it, please.
The pink oboe.
Yeah.
Classic. Okay, now listen, what was I going to say, today? I was going to say something today that was really important. Now, bear with me, guys. I had a really important point to make. No, it's gone. We're just going to have to play more music.
Great.
Sorry about that.
You have to make a nation of ladies happy, and it's for charity. So that's nice. Murdo, who's listening in Poland, presumably online, has mentioned the story we were talking about earlier, the rumour that Prince had a couple of ribs removed so that he could enjoy himself more when he was on his own, let's say. Murdo's the first person to mention floating ribs. Of course, that's what they're called, floating ribs.
Sure.
Well, this afternoon, guys, really your question about Prince kissing his one-eyed trouser snake. Google came up with naught, but there are blog entries about Marilyn Manson having his floating ribs removed so that he could blow his mind.
Sure.
And that's referred to in one other text as well from Tamsin, who says you should have your ribs removed before the Cosmo shoot, so you can, she says, pleasure yourself. I think she probably means enjoy yourself while you're being, photographed.
Sure. And one more from Kimberly, who says you should pose for the centrefold as long as there's some sort of warning on the cover. Just imagine if an unsuspecting reader came across that image.
I think you'll find I did that joke earlier, Kimberly. Thanks very much indeed. If it's base blue smut you're after, you're a little bit too late. I'm the king. Listen, guys, much as the general consensus has been that I should strip off and get naked and get jiggy with it, it ain't gonna happen, is it?
No.
Really?
Of course it's not gonna happen. Because it will come back to haunt me the moment it's been published.
Oh, well.
Anyway,
there we go.
Life goes on. That will have about 10 minutes. Excellent. Incidentally, on the subject of Prince, obviously I'm a big Prince fan, and I was hoping to play some Prince today, but we're not allowed, apparently. No, it's me biting the hand that doesn't feed me. Well, it doesn't feed me much. Apparently, Prince is now a Jehovah's Witness. This is absolutely true.
Yes.
But what I was reading somewhere that apparently you are obliged, when a Jehovah's Witness, to go door to door. And that's part of the sort of calling. I just love the idea of answering the door to Prince.
Yeah.
And him saying, have you thought about, the good word? And thinking, well, no, I haven't, but I would, perhaps to some kind of jazz funk guitar workout. It'd be amazing if Prince came to, he's bound to get some converts if he's got his guitar and maybe a keyboard with him.
Yeah.
Absolutely extraordinary.
That would be just a delight.
You'd open the front door, there'd be the initial guy, particularly if you opened your front door, Steve, at your colossal
I'd look
height.
straight ahead. Well, there's no one here.
Exactly. Down here! There'd be the little guy down here! With a copy of Watchtower in his hand.
Exactly.
Hello, Little Prince, what do you want?
I don't think you're allowed to call him Little Prince. I think he gets offended by that. I think that's taken as a given that he's Little Prince.
He'd turn on his Cuban heels and trot down Acacia Avenue to, the next door neighbour, wouldn't he?
He certainly would, with his giant phallic-shaped guitar. Yeah. I'm assuming, of course, that his rib-removing days are long since past, because I think he doesn't, he refuses to play a lot of his ruder songs nowadays, because
he's all the best ones.
He's cleaned up and he's pure, so you're not going to hear Sexy MF anymore, or Get Off.
Shame.
Any of those
Carmel Peach, Short,
Carmel Peach, Darling Nikki.
Gosh, heavens.
Yes, I know.
Quite hot under the collar here.
I'll pop my clothes back on.
Yeah.
I was just warming up for the potential photo spread, but it's not going to happen, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, now listen, we had earlier some choices from you guys, and I know the show got a bit disrupted because of the technological breakdowns. We never quite assessed those 2 tracks individually. We never quite found out what the listeners thought of Dan's fairly risible selection.